It's maddening. There's junior hires everywhere.
And yes, Katie, we are fine. But now everybody knows where we're going.
Let's just say I heard the truth.
I still like that intro. Regardless, it's episode 5 of a Super Worthless podcast. We're rolling. We've hit episode 5, and I think we've probably made it. We have hit peak status. I think this is about as popular as we're going to get. We really hit the peak. We're done. It's all downhill from here. We can't count on one hand anymore. We have to go to 2 hands to count. That's how you know you've made it. And then we're gonna
Mama,
hit
I made
digits.
it. Hey, Ma,
Mom, we made it. Did she actually come in your room? Mom, we made it. Look at me.
What'd you make? Okay.
Nothing really. We're just here. It's about all we can do.
We're just talking.
That's all we do. We just ramble. That's our life. I mean, we do that like literally pretty much anytime we hang out. Just ramble and rant. We haven't had much to rant about yet, though.
No matter what happens, someone gets roasted.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit of roasting, like I said, Tom Hamilton did yesterday, which is just fun. Just roast the entire Yankees organization and baseball.
The entire thing, it was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was funny. Just like if the Yankees losing the playoffs, we're gonna make sure we have. I'm a noob. I am sorry. Yeah. We're just gonna pretend we didn't hear my phone go off just now.
No. What are you talking about?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna forget it. It's like anything ever happened. Kind of like Alive. Alive's, I don't know, but it's been 2 weeks since Alive, and I don't know about you. It kind of feels like a bit of a blur to me right now. Like I honestly don't remember a lot of like specific things about Alive. It's kind of
me too. My grandma came over today to grab something, or I don't know. She came over for something. She asked me how Alive was, and she asked me who my favorites were. I was like, oh, I like Crowder, I like Mercy Me. And I totally forgot Saturday, like as a whole. I forgot it even happened. So yeah, I know. Here we are.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what did happen Saturday? I was like, I just know Red opened Friday. And I was like, I have to think about who headlined. I was like, for King and Country. But
because I didn't go down for that. Did you? I know I didn't.
Sean and I did, and we were in the middle. And I think part of why I'm not going to remember what happened Saturday is my GoPro, as many problems as it had, I think it was Saturday, it cut out probably half of For King and Country that I tried to record because it just froze on me, and it was having the problems that I had no idea that it had. And and Joel like hopped down off stage and walked up the middle to that part where they were doing the drums thing on that extra stage that they said they were going to come out on.
Yeah.
My GoPro wasn't recording that.
Oh.
And I'm standing there next to that middle part, like, hey, Joel, please give me a high five. Puts his microphone in his right hand, starts high-fiving people on the right side, and I'm on the left. I'm like, okay, pat him on the back, and I'm like, keep going. Have a good show. I was like, okay, bro. Pal. Luckily, though, I did have my phone recording, so I was like, I'm not going to miss this time. I'm going to get both, and if anything, I have 2 angles. Luckily, that was my backup, and I checked my GoPro. I was like, Sean, am I still recording that? He's like, I don't know. He's like, it's got 2 zeros. I was like, oh, crap, that's not good. So I took my GoPro off. I was like, hey, it's frozen.
Oh.
And that happened a couple times, so I was like, I don't know why my GoPro was having issues. So Alive was a blur, but when I start editing that's going to look really good at some point. But speaking of GoPro issues, I tried to go go-karting on Sunday when I was down in Cincinnati visiting Caitlin and Josh, and I went over to Full Throttle on Monday. And it's like 1 o'clock, so there's nobody there racing. I was like, I might do it. I was only going there to record with my GoPro on my helmet the adrenaline track because I did Rush twice like a year or 2 ago. I was like, I'll record adrenaline this time because it's just like the old track. I kind of know it. I'll record it this time. Opened my GoPro case, and inside my GoPro case seemingly exploded. I was like, what just happened? My little mini 3-inch leg tripod completely fell apart. Like the screw fell out, the plates fell out, the legs fell off. I'm like, the tripod head itself, I'm like, I think it's okay. I was like, what just exploded in here? Because that, and then one of those 2 little pieces that the GoPro frame attaches to, like to the rest of the attachments, those 2 little loops there, one of them snapped clean off. I was like, I can't even use my GoPro frame. I was like, what happened in here? And I nicknamed my GoPro case the bomb case. I was like, I think somebody put a bomb in my bomb case. Because everything just fell apart and broke. I was like, and these frames are like $30 and I can't find them anywhere in stores. So I can't use my GoPro currently.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, rip. And I got a wedding I got to film next weekend. So I was like, I need to get a frame ASAP or there is no GoPro shot next week. I'm like, I need it. It's one of my favorite things is to use a GoPro shot. Things are just going downhill, including Thursday at Cedar Point, which was awesome, by the way.
Oh,
yeah. My wallet got stolen. So. How much did I tell you about that already?
You told me that you left it on the little crate
Lockers.
Things or whatever they call them.
The lockers.
Yeah, those. You left it on that, and then you came back in your wallet, but nothing else was gone.
Yeah. So what happened was we were going back to Millennium Force, and we had already passed by earlier where it was broken down. I was like, okay, well, this is the first time I've seen Millennium Force broken down while I was here. So we walked back. I think Dragster only went down once. And it was while we were in line too. So Dragster went down. Went back, Millennium Force was broken down. And then we just started riding some other rides. We go back to Millennium Force later on the way to check on Maverick. And we're like waiting in line after it's like already running. I put my bag up on the lockers next to some other people. So it's like if you steal it, you're being very selective about it. I put it up there. It's like an hour and a half wait. So I was like, okay, well, it's not terrible. It's normal. We ride through it. It breaks down while we're in line. I was like, again. I'm like, okay. And I left my phone in my bag along with my wallet, $100 Bluetooth headphones, 2 hoodies, 2 power banks, bug spray sunscreen. I think that was pretty much it. We ride it. After we finally get on it, ride it, get off, we're like, whoa, that was awesome. And we get off. I go back. I'm looking on top of the lockers. I'm like, I did put it on this one, right? Not there. I look in the middle one where I did put it. I'm like, not there. Look on the outside ones, not there. We're looking around. I was like, they're kind of, and Alex and Maddie and Abby are looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't see my bag. Then we look around on the ground. It's like, oh, it's sitting on the ground underneath someone that's looking in their locker. Like they're not touching it, but it's just there. I was like, oh, okay. So I reached in there. I was like, I'm like, that's my bag. I gotta grab it. They're like, oh, sorry. It's okay. I grab it and it's half opened. I'm like, I had it closed. That's suspicious. Because I thought somebody pulled their bag down. Mine fell. I was like, okay, no big deal. It's half open. I'm like, that's suspicious. Start reaching around. I was like, okay, there's my phone. And my keys are in the car, so I don't have to worry about it. Reaching around. I'm like, where's my wallet? I'm like, there's no wallet in here. Where's the wallet? I checked Alex. I was like, check your cargo pants. I didn't give you my wallet. He's like, no, you didn't give me my wallet. It's in your bag. I was like, no, it's not. He's like, I'm like, somebody stole my wallet. They went through my bag. Like, took it off of the lockers, went through, only took my wallet that had 23 cents in it. In change. I'm like,
so I hope you called your bank, right? You called the bank and everything, got your card shut down?
Yeah, what I did was I looked through, immediately went on my bank's app, reported it as lost or stolen, which instantly closes the card. And then we tried to find security, and we did. We told them to reported it to them, which is kind of Cedar Point's police, basically. So we told them, and I was trying to call my parents. I was like telling them, I was like, I have bad news. Wallet has been stolen. So I was like, almost ruined my day. But I was like, you know what? Considering I was hanging with some of my best friends, it ended all right because I got dizzy riding the Raptor at night twice. I was like, holy, where are my horizons? They are not here right now, which is a lot of fun. I was like, well, my head's spinning, man. I don't know where I am. But
Yeah, you know those big swings like by like the Frontier area?
yeah.
You know, like the thing that kind of like sends you opposite directions and takes you up real high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we rode that, and that was the last thing I rode because it messed me up so bad.
I've never rid that, and I don't think I ever will. Because I'm like, it just looks boring.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Me, Doug, and Lauren's friends rode it, and it was horrible.
The one thing that I think we rode, I don't think we rode any of the any bad rides or anything. Like none of them were actually disappointing to me.
The new one?
No, I rode Valraven though. By the way, that one was a lot of fun. I rode Steel Vengeance.
8 times, so that thing's fun.
Valraven was fun because we just hang there. And I was like, oh, and then we go. I was like, you.
Oh, you got it.
I did. I thought of it. I did. Where I knew the cameras were, I was able to dab for the cameras a couple times. I think one of them I dabbed where the camera was on the left and I used my right arm and I should have went the other way with my left arm. I was like, crap. But it was still fun. I did not ride the Magnum or the Gemini. I was like, Magnum, I'm probably going to avoid because that thing is rougher than a pothole-filled road.
The Gemini is not bad. I mean, it's not.
Magnum
it's not
is.
the best,
Gemini, they had one train shut down. I was like, there's no fun riding Gemini with one train shut down.
Yeah, we rode that, and
like riding
me and Doug raced everybody else, and we won. I got Dippin' Dots out of the deal. So, yeet.
I think I still owe Whitney Starbucks.
What?
Because I bet Starbucks for her. I told her, I was like, if you win, I'll get you Starbucks, and if I won, she would have gotten me something. But I obviously lost. So
yeah, you made us lose. Thanks.
I did.
I think we were in the
Last year?
same. Yeah, we were in the same.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
And we lost. So
Well, yeah, it's because they're all featherweights, so they could just take off. They're like, bye. I was like, oh, okay. They don't weigh anything anyways.
It was a fun time. It was fun.
That was fun. I was like, my dad and I are planning on going at some point again, so if I do, it'll be at least dad and I time or whatever. But yeah, Cedar Point was a blast aside from losing my wallet. Which I was like, I've never had that stolen. I've never had anything stolen from me before.
So guess what time we left Cedar Point? Sunday.
11.
-5.
You left at 6 p.m.
It was like 7 actually. Come to think of it, by the time we actually got out of there, it was like 7.
Okay, 1, why so early? And 2, you had to have been there for what? 7 hours, if that.
No, we got there at like 9 a.m.
Oh,
roughly. I mean, a little after 9, but we got there at like.
I mean that's 9 hours, but still, that's like.
Because Doug and I rode. We rode Top Thrill, Gemini, Magnum, Millennium, Rougarou.
I rode Rougarou. I was like, that's the first time I've ridden it in 5 years since it was the Mantis.
And the Gatekeeper. We rode all of those plus that swing thing. So, I mean, it's not like we didn't ride anything.
Yeah, I say you nailed a couple of those. The big ones.
But we were all tired by the end of the day. So we just all decided to leave, go get food, take showers and whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, yeah, you're there for 9 hours. At that point, you're about worn out. You've seen everything. I think like 8 or 9 hours.
We didn't go to Steak and Shake this year.
Well, yeah, because Missy might burn the place down.
Yeah, because there was like 13 dirty tables, and we stood in there, like we stood by the counter or whatever for like.
And didn't they mess up 1 or 2 of our orders?
I don't know, but we stood there. We stood there for a couple minutes, and nobody even like acknowledged us. So we turned around and left.
Oh, you actually did go this year.
We went there.
You just didn't.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It was kind of funny actually.
You're like,
we
tried.
Doug was Doug. He got mad. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. Doug mad is like
funny.
It's funny because he's not legitimately mad, but he's mad. Like it is funny, to be honest. So, all right, let me see what. Oh, there's rides at with. I see the point. That I didn't even know.
That's all, folks.
And throw the outro. No, I'm just kidding.
And that's all we got for today, folks.
And
Have a good day.
peace. I'm just kidding. No, I was looking at the list of roller coasters at Cedar Point, and I was looking at the W's, and I just went. Ironically, I looked at Wicked Twister, where my tongue just wickedly twisted. It was there. Anyways, let's see. Woodstock Express and Wilderness Run. Never heard of those. I don't think I've seen those. Wicked Twister. I don't want to ride that because it's just basically a big old twisty swing.
Yeah.
Valravna. That's where I took my selfies yesterday. I didn't take a lot of pictures, or as many as I wanted to. Didn't take any video, I don't think. Maybe one or two, but it was more of just a enjoy the day off the radar type thing. Top Thrill Dragster. I didn't ride Dragster yesterday because it broke down, and I was like, you know what? Forget it.
Dang.
Because I think it was like a 45-minute wait. And it was like 6 or 7 or something like that when we were going there. Because we're like, okay, it's the end of the day. The line's a little bit shorter. So we decided to go. And we're waiting in line 5-10 minutes. And we see friends from my church. We're like, well, hi. How you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're doing good, man. We like passed them because like the lines, we were probably like 30 people behind them. But we like passed them. We're like, yo, what's up?
Dang.
But yeah, it broke down. I was like, crap. Steel Vengeance.
That's the first thing you rode.
We got there at like 11:30 because I got off work at 9. We got up there, met Madison, picked her up, got in. So it was like almost noon before we even got to it. We're like, nah, not even gonna think about it because I think it was an hour 45 or something like that, or almost 2 hours when we first saw it. We're like, nope, that's a pass. So there's that. Let's see, Steel Vengeance. I liked Steel Vengeance.
Did you ride it?
Yes.
Nice.
I heard Alex was saying it was rough, like the when it was the mean streak in the before it was reincarnated. It actually was really smooth. It was so much fun. It's actually because they don't have a harness over your chest. It's just on your lap to keep you from flying out. Even though that, as much as there are inversions, and then like turns where you're leaning to the outside when you turn back to the inside. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's negative G forces that they're doing intentionally. Beep.
Wrong button.
Yeah, wrong answer.
Eh.
But it was actually really smooth. It was a lot of fun to have your hands up. It's kind of like Gemini, where if you have your hands up, and maybe it's just me because I'm tall and I have longer arms, but I actually like ducked and like lowered my hands thinking I was gonna hit the steel beams. I'm like, why am I doing that? It's not gonna happen. I'm like, unless I have my hands out to the left and I'm trying to high five one of the wooden beams and I lose my hand. That might happen. But vertically, I'm like, there's no problem. I'm like, they're not going to have anything a foot from my head, and I have a short upper body, so that's probably not going to happen. But it was funny because I walked off. They're like, oh, my neck is a little, like, from hunching. I was like, ouch. But I would 10 out of 10 ride that again. I would recommend it. But they also don't let you have your phones in line.
In line?
No, they don't let you have any, I don't know about any electronics, but they don't want it because supposedly, I think the further we got in line, we saw like a sign somewhere. It's like it was to avoid people throwing their phones or something like that, quote unquote, throwing their phones. I was like, you mean just dropping their phones and losing it out of their pockets from the negative G forces? I'm like, nobody is just like, that was a great picture. Yeet.
Yeah,
just
great picture.
Great picture. Throws the phone in the lake. I'm like, no, nobody does that. It's people dropping their phones and falling out of their pockets because it just literally goes up into space when they go over a couple of arches and corners and stuff.
That's why I wore shorts with zippers, and I also wore a fanny pack. So
the booty bag.
Yeah, the booty bag, dude. Rocking.
Rock the booty bag. Yeah. That's what I'm calling it. It's. But we were thinking because it looks like there's like an electronic braking system at the end of the ride. and we didn't know if that like phone interference caused that, or if the like phones being interfered with the steel somehow. We were thinking, like, we were hypothesizing the whole hour and a half we were in line. After we were still at the end of the line when Alex got busted for having his phone out, and so he had to take it back, put it in my bag. And then they have cameras there to make sure people are not using their phones.
Dang.
And the security guard walked straight up to Madison and was like, "Miss, you got to take your phone out." And she almost like tried to hide it, like, "What do you mean I don't have my phone?" I'm like, "It's in your hand. Just forget it." So I walked out with her and put it in my bag. I'm like, okay. So you have to wait an hour and a half in line with no phone, and they have officers and security guards walking. I think they walked through us through the line, like the whole line, like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, I was like, there has to be a serious issue, because I think Alex said that it wasn't that bad at the beginning of this year in terms of like phone use. They were just like, oh, just put your phone away when you get up there, make sure it's secured, or put it in like the shoe bins up there. But now you cannot have it, period.
Leave my phone in those shoe bins.
Well, they're tiny ones. A couple of the rides are just tiny ones now. It says for shoes only. I was like, okay. But like rides like Raptor and a couple other ones still have the big bins. I was like, why can that not be a thing on all the rides? Just take it with you and put it in the bin instead of lockers, but they want money. I don't like the locker things. It's just annoying, because then
That's
you
why
get
I carry a fanny pack, so that way they can't yell at me for anything.
Right? I'm like, if I could, I might consider that, but next time I'm like, you know what? My junk will suffer. Like, my man junk will suffer, and I will wear cargo pants. I will sweat my nuts off.
I did that last year. Oh boy.
I mean, I'm going to have to next time I go. I'm not taking a bag, because obviously I'm not going to take another wallet and let it get stolen. If it's my phone and I go in October, take my phone. I'm getting a new one when the Pixel 3 comes out. Just saying.
Take my phone.
Yeah, I have to, because this phone is just like, what? Like, it's great, but it's also like, it's going to stop getting updates in October. So I'm like, I don't want to go 6 months without an update. And my phone's just like, by March, it's like, what? You have a new app? Why are you update? Well, you need to stay with it. Like, that's why I'm just like, you know what? Gotta save up my money to get that. A $400 mellophone by homecoming, because if the alumni band marches, we're gonna have a mellophone. I also need to get a $700 camera body, and sell my car, and sell my current camera, and a capture card. I need to get. OfferUp needs to sponsor me, because I'm gonna start using OfferUp like crazy.
Huh. You're selling your car, you said, or did I mishear that?
I have 2 cars currently.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have a red Volkswagen Jetta that I bought a couple months ago, and
you told me that story.
Yeah, and the tranny is still bad. So I'm like, it could be a good first car for someone for only like $2,000.
Sell your black car and then just fix the Jetta.
Well, because I don't want to spend the money on it's got 195,000 miles on it, which is like 50,000 more than what I have. I'm like, nah, my current car is going to last longer than that, or it's going to be a while. So, because I already have, all I have to fix on my current car is like a couple other minor things. They're like, you can live without it, or you can fix it. That car is the transmission and wheel bearings, AC. I'm like, all I got to fix on my current car is AC, it's sway bar link arms. And that's about it. And that's like nothing. So, but.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But, yeah, next time I go to Cedar Point, I'm definitely wearing cargo shorts, because I don't want to lose anything again. But the benefit, though, the reason why I thought about losing my wallet is not that bad. And it took me like processing it and then last night to think about it. The dumb thing, though, actually, I'll start with the dumb thing. I have nowhere to store a lot of things in my room. Like, there are no closets, nothing. I have a couple, like a tower of like just home items like pens, papers, things like that. Mm-hmm. None of them have a thing where I can store my social security card with it. And since I've never had my wallet stolen or I've never lost it, I put it behind my ID. But that was in my wallet. So my wallet got stolen with my the only things that were in it, my debit card, ID, and social security card. Other than that was a bunch of rewards cards and a couple like business cards. But I'm like, if somebody wants to go to Speedway and get 50 cents off a gallon on their gas, it's probably God saying they needed it more than me. But I'm like, you know what? You clearly need something out of my wallet. Go ahead and take it. But I thought about this yesterday. If someone like losing your social security card is actually pretty bad, because like someone steals that, they can open accounts and things like that. They can basically steal your identity. The thing is, most of those things require your address. And if they have your ID, they have your address. Loophole and problem for the thief. My ID has my old address on it. I don't live there anymore. They can't use my social security card with my old address. They do. They get it pulled aside. They get arrested for stealing it. Bam, we figure out who stole it. And then I get my wallet back.
Nice.
23 cents. But I mean, they tried to spend, I think it was $198 worth of stuff at Cedar Point in those 2 hours that they stole it, or between when they stole it and when I found out that they stole it and I froze my card. Because I spent like $170, I think, on probably fast passes. They went to the photo booth for $5, got two $10 Coke machine thingies, and then spent $244 on something. I'm like, what? Did you buy a keychain or something? Like, what did you buy? Like, I don't remember buying anything for $244. And if I did, maybe I lied about in my fraudulent filed charge that I spent $244. But that's $2.44 I don't really care about. But I laughed yesterday because I was like, hey, maybe this is the perfect time to have my social security card stolen and my ID stolen, because they can't do anything with it. So I was like, hats off to you for stealing it without knowing that you messed up. But now when I get my new social security card next week or whenever, I'm going to definitely store it somewhere else at home and not have it with me at all times. That's going to be a smart thing to do. But how many things have you ever had stolen, though, like in public?
Off the top of my head, I'm not totally sure. Like, I don't really recall anything major being stolen from me.
See, that's how my life has always been. Like, even like big cities where people are telling you, oh, make sure you have your hands in your pocket or don't have anything where somebody can pickpocket you. I'm like, I've never had that happen. Nobody messes with somebody that's 6 foot tall and has freaking extendo arms on his shoulders. And I'm like, I will grab you and throw down.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I am Elastaman. Maybe I'm Elastigirl's like estranged cousin, once removed type of thing.
Ooh.
Like, ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that was my shoulder. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was
Pretty healthy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that felt delicious. But no, I've never had anything stolen. I don't know. It's probably because I mean, I know I don't look that threatening, if at all, if we're being honest here. But I've never actually had things stolen. I've lost a couple things before, but usually when I lose things, it's big things and I find it back because it's important. But that's the first time I've ever had actually anything, period, stolen from me that has any value. Hopefully it never happens again, because that'd be less than fortunate. I don't want to do that again, because I have to adult. And especially when you get to legal things like this, adulting is not It's not fun. Because it's like,
not a fun time.
no. Because I had to call. I went to the bank, filed the fraudulent charges. And they said, okay, well, we'll need a police number to go with the report. Or like a file number, case number, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go to the Wapak Police Department. Ask them. And they're like, oh, wait, where did it happen? Like when I told them I had my wallet stolen. I was like, oh, it happened in Sandusky at Cedar Point. Like, okay, well, you have to call Sandusky Police Department. I was like, okay, thanks. Went out to my car, called Sandusky. They're like, wait, did it happen at Cedar Point? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, well, you got to talk to them. I was like, oh, my gosh. Pass the torch. Because they said, oh, well, the security at Cedar Point is, that's their police. So you got to talk to them if you haven't already. I was like, yeah, I did. Like, okay, well. You pretty much done it. I was like, can I call them? Is there any way I can talk to them? They're like, well, we can transfer you there right now if you want. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Call transfer. I was like, okay, thanks. So I talked to them. I was like, yeah, I reported my card stolen yesterday. And they gave me the case number. I write it down. I was like, okay, thanks. So I called back the bank. I left a message and let them know of the number after I got it. So I don't know if there's anything else I have to do because I told her, I was like, hey, if you need anything else, let me know. So I'm hoping they got it. But I'm like, I kind of want to call back on Monday. Be like, hey, did you get it? Just so I know that my message went through. So that way I can get my $200 back. Because that's money that I want and need. $200.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah. Somebody was like, hey, I got a card. And the thing is, I got paid Friday. So it was a day before I get paid. And I only left $50 in my account for Cedar Point if I wanted to buy anything. I didn't buy anything anyways. And then before I even wanted to buy anything, my car was jacked. So couldn't buy anything. All I did was get Chick-fil-A and that was it.
I didn't have to buy anything.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have to buy anything. I didn't need to buy anything. I didn't need to waste my money on meaningless merch. I'm like, all good, boy. I didn't even have to go to the photo booth or anything. Like last year.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was fun. I still had fun, but that's...
Anyway.
Just guard your stuff. Don't lose it. But aside from that, I think that was pretty much what happened this week to me. GoPro stuff exploded. I lost a wallet.
Rip.
And hold on. I thought I was hearing things, and I was like, it's the living room. My dad's probably watching a movie. I was like, why do I hear like a train or music? I don't know. But, and then what was it? Was Wednesday or Tuesday the trade deadline for baseball? I think it was Tuesday, right?
I think it was Tuesday. Don't quote me on that.
Wait.
Right,
It was Tuesday at 4. That's what it was. Through Tuesday. Yeah, I have the article up here on ESPN. There were 43 trades from July 15th through Tuesday's non-waiver trade deadline. So there wasn't a lot. I mean, there were a couple of big names that moved. I mean, Bryce Harper stayed put, and everybody thought the last day or two that he was going to get traded. I was like, I don't know why they would trade Bryce Harper.
That'd be very stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb.
Because, let's see. The rumor mill on Harper since Monday night went from he's available, but only if a crazy offer is made, to maybe he will get traded. But I was like, I don't know why they would trade him. He's like an asset to them. But I don't know. The Pirates got Chris Archer.
I mean,
so they have pitching. Bryce Harper needs to stay put. The one thing I wanted to happen was I was like crossing my fingers that Adam Jones would get traded to the Indians.
Yeah.
I was like almost praying for that. I'm like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but the thing about him is that in his contract it states that he can void trades.
Right.
So he didn't want to leave.
Yeah, so it's like stay there. He's pretty much like one of the only good players left on the Orioles, I think. Now that since
they traded Zach Britton.
Yeah, him. Machado went to L.A. Which now the Dodgers are just loaded because they have him, Brian Dozier. Who else did they get?
They're gonna be good. They're gonna be nasty this year, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna make a run. I think they should make a run if their pitching doesn't completely choke and not Max Scherzer, boy. Kershaw, yeah. If Clayton Kershaw doesn't choke in the playoffs like he normally does, because he's like the master of getting to the playoffs and failing. Because I think he's got one of the worst playoff records in terms of like among like the winning teams and like of active pitchers in the playoffs. Because the Dodgers have gotten there a lot recently, and he has not done a lot recently. But I mean, last year he had a couple good outings, which it's weird when your ace is like just completely chokes in the playoffs. But that's the Dodgers for you. So, losers at the trade deadline. Nationals did not add any starting pitcher. Dodgers did not add a setup reliever. Red Sox did not add any bullpen help. Oh, this one. The Colorado Rockies for doing nothing. And then this paragraph says, the most passive front office in the game once again sat quiet. The Rockies could have used a left fielder and another bullpen arm, of course, after spending $106 million on the bullpen in the offseason, watching it post the second worst ERA. Jeff Bridich probably has nightmares about relievers at this point. That's ESPN.com. But they're just doing nothing. But the Rockies aren't doing too bad, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, I can't
type. They were really good at the beginning of the year, and then
yeah, they always start the year really well, regardless of if there's snow or not up there while they're playing.
Yeah,
because didn't they have like a hailstorm earlier this year? I think, and they had like an inch and a half of hail in the dugouts or something like that.
I'm not sure, but I totally believe that.
There was something like that happened earlier this year where they had so much hail before a game. They're like, this is like snow. We can't clean this off this quick. Like, we can just push it off, but we got to have it go somewhere. And right now, the only place is the dugouts. So what was there was 2 or 3 inches of hail. They're like, nah, we're going to have to postpone this game. The Rockies are, well, they're third in the NL West, 2 games behind the Dodgers and Diamondbacks at 58 and 51. So they're not doing too bad. I wonder if can we get like elimination numbers going this early in the season? We're 2 months out of the playoffs, and that would be fun just to see.
Putting those out.
It'd be nice to see how soon it will be until the Reds get knocked out, because that would be funny.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, they're gonna play the Indians in 2 weeks or a week and a half, and it's just gonna be like, sorry, you guys are gone. Okay, standings here. Postseason projections. Whoa, what is this? Okay, now let's go AL Central here. Okay, hold on. Click a team to okay, let's see. This projection is, I think it's percentage of them making the playoffs. Okay, let's see. Okay, this says probability of winning the division calculated by Fangraphs. Cleveland has a 100% winning percent. They're like, Cleveland will win the AL Central as of today. Boom. Postseason percentage. Oh, it's live. Okay, there. As of today, Cleveland has a 99.9% chance of making the playoffs. Can we just mark it down as AL Central champs again? Is that doable? Can we do that? Because it was fun. And it's like, even if you look back at April 3rd on this graph, April 3rd, almost opening day, Cleveland, 95% chance. Minnesota, 25. Kansas City, 1. Chicago and Detroit 0. And today it's 100% Cleveland, nobody else. Like Minnesota's not even going to make it. They're 8 games below 500 in second place, 9 games back. That's great. In terms of the wild card, let's see, who do we got? New York and Oakland. Seattle is a game and a half out of the second spot. Arizona and LA are tied. That makes sense. They don't have a tiebreak scenario yet. But one of those is not going to make it. The Reds are 12.5 games out of the wild card. They're not. Let's hold on. Pro season projections for the NL Central, because I want to see where they're at currently. Cincinnati 0. Cubs 96. Milwaukee 72. Pittsburgh is 15% chance. There's a lot of stats here. But being a baseball and science or math and science nerd, baseball works well for me because I like the numbers. So we'll update that in a couple weeks and see how things are going. We'll check in, and also I have to in the next couple weeks start the weekly pick'ems group.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, we're gonna start that. It's really easy.
Hopefully I'm not dummy and forget this time.
Yeah, well, see, since we talk, I get to remind you every week.
Boom.
So I'll be like, Nate, make your picks. Because we need to get a bet going. We'll have to think of something where we wager something where it's a hefty. Granted, we're both Browns fans, so it'll be relatively friendly. It's not going to be like, oh, you got to wear a Steelers jersey. Like, no, we're not going to make each other do that.
Because that's sacrilegious.
Exactly. I do have a Johnny Manziel I can wager. I have a Johnny Manziel.
I have a Sean Hazard.
All right. So we got something there where we got to do something with the jerseys. We'll think of something there because we'll make our picks, and then once we get the season started, we'll discuss a lot of NFL.
I was gonna say, yeah,
because I love football. Do you love soccer? I love soccer.
Do you love soccer?
I love soccer. I need to bring that back up. I'm not going to look for it now, but I will before we're done talking. Do you love soccer? I love soccer. That's probably like my favorite video from the World Cup.
Do you like soccer? I love soccer.
I was looking at a dude from Mexico. That's great.
So
all right,
I turned 21 in less than a month. Yeet.
I know. Let's see, a month from this past. Oh, let's see, 4 weeks from Thursday.
A month from yesterday.
Yeah, a month. Well, let's see, 4 weeks from last Thursday or this past Thursday. I'm gonna be August 30th. I'm gonna be in Detroit for the Browns game preseason. So,
preseason chance again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, and then have nothing to show for it, except for a 500 season, maybe. You said your dad got season tickets, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Nice, which means I'm probably.
But I can't go to week 1, and I'm kind of salty about it.
Hey, I'll go for you. I'll take it for you. I'll be a real bros. Take the tickets.
Because what he's going to do is he's going to take his barbecue van up there to the Muni lot.
Ooh.
Tailgate.
Smart man.
I know.
I would love to do that. I mean, I'm still going to go to a game, but if you got season tickets, I don't know why I wouldn't be like, hey, Nate, can you take me? But that'd be if he doesn't go.
Because we'll just go up early in the morning when after week 1, I'm going to go with him.
Yeah. Because you still have that concert later in the day, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You'll figure it. You're like, make it a quick game, please. You're just gonna hope that everybody runs the ball all the time, and we're out by 3:00.
Yeah.
The game's over in 2.5 hours. You're like, whoa. I wasn't prepared for this. So 14-10 Browns Steelers game. And that's with that 45-minute
And that's the
half
thing.
intro.
Even if we lose 14-10, that's a good game.
Yeah, because he knows, like, defensively, you're like, if we could have gotten into the touchdown once, it would have been good.
But hey, we held Antonio Brown to
104 yards.
yeah, less than 200 yards. We're good.
Yeah. I hope Josh Gordon's back, though. He needs to get his contract stuff figured out or whatever he's sitting out for.
No,
His mental
he's going
stuff.
through like his health and recovery thing.
I hope that doesn't stay out long. Like, I really hope.
I agree.
Because I want him back, and then he needs to. I mean, granted, he knows the playbook relatively, but it's still Todd Haley, so it's a new playbook-ish. But
Yeah, and plus Todd Haley's a smart guy, and so is Josh is a pretty smart guy. So
it's just gonna be like, Josh, go long, or the other play is gonna be go long for 15 yards and then just run across the field. We'll throw it to you,
or just try to pull the safeties.
Get open and we'll throw it your way. He'll be like, all right, man, I got it. Let me put my joint down and I'll run long. I'm kidding. That's bad. I'm a terrible person. No, I'm not. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely be, because after our next episode, we're going to have a couple preseason games in the books.
I was going to say, because preseason starts next week.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I'm going to wear my jersey to work. 100%. Actually, I'll wear my Browns polo because it's 5 a.m. I'm not going to want to wear a jersey until we win.
Good idea.
I'll wear it the day after because I don't want to wear it, go home, take it off for the day, put it back on for the game. You never know. So.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
All right. Well, we'll do that. That'll be the next episode. Some preseason talk and maybe an update on a live video. Sound good?
Woo!
Gucci. All right, stay tuned. I will have links for that in the next episode. We'll talk about the weekly pick'em group. See if we can get as many people in that as possible. And football season is here. I'm so excited. Football's back.
Meow.
All right. We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.